Good evening, everyone. I'm Melandra Alpakaha, and it is a great honor to be speaking to you this evening as this year's salutatorian. When I got the news, I was very shocked and excited. Very quickly, that shock turned into a dreadful realization. I realized in addition to all of my e-learning work, that I also had to write a speech. I hadn't needed to write a speech like this one before, so I knew I needed help. I went to the best place I can think of, YouTube. It was an obvious first choice. After hours of dedicated, uninterrupted, egg-dog-free research, I was able to come up with a formula for a great speech. Fond memories, plus transitions, plus greatest 8th grade year ever, plus thank yous equal a quality salutatorian speech. Some of our 8th graders are new this year, but for many of us, we have been building the fondest of memories here since 1st grade. The first thing that stands out to me is how silly we were. Our group fooled around a lot. Probably made some of our teachers reconsider whether they wanted to work here. Most of them stuck around though, and over the years, our group started to calm down and learn some maturity. I'm proud of us, especially, I won't name any names, but you know who you are. When we did manage to have our behavior in check, we had a lot of good times in elementary school. I remember a simpler time before Fortnite, before TikTok, when we would play Roblox and do music leagues on the iPads in 5th grade. And the trips in elementary school, the trips were great, not just because we had to miss class. My favorite were the trips to the Museum of Science and Industry, Brookfield Zoo, and Millennium Park. I remember once when we had to compete to win a field trip to Pump It Up, and we actually won. Despite those great times, we were still ready to be big kids. We were ready to transition to the next phase of our lives. Entering middle school was a colossal event. Finally, we were able to switch classes more often, get our own lockers, and enjoy the delectable treats of the snack bar. In addition to those experiences, a select group of us were able to join Mr. Moore's Scholar Leader program, which I would come to learn had great perks, trips, running errands, and plenty of events. There were some hiccups along the way though. Now we had to change into our gym uniform and get to class before the passing period was over, slammed right to the hall. For some of us, the work got harder, which meant learning new study habits and working that much harder to maintain an excellent work ethic. Like when e-learning can't hurt your plus, but you still show up and do the work anyway. Starting middle school was such a highlight for many of us, but nothing would be better than 8th grade. We knew that 8th grade was going to be our year, the greatest year we would experience. So 8th grade year. This is the part where I talk about the best 8th grade year ever. This year started a little different for us. At the beginning of the year, we learned that we were walking into a cell phone free zone, that we would no longer be able to bring our backpacks into class, and that we would no longer have midday seminar, which meant no more recess. It was a complete and utter mayhem, but it was alright because it was our 8th grade year. Take away our backpacks, but surely you can't take away our New York trip, our luncheon, or even our graduation. The changes at the beginning of the year seemed like nothing when we knew there was so much to look forward to, until there wasn't. COVID-19 entered our lives and changed everything like no one could have expected. Personally, I was unable to play my championship water polo game because it had been postponed. Collectively, this pandemic has affected graduates everywhere. It has challenged the way our teachers teach, added new elements to how we learn, and ignited the new meaning to what it means to be educated. Education will never be the same for us, for better or for worse, and it all started with our 8th grade year. Middle school was a great time for most of us. We had to constantly learn to adapt, and because of that, we have been able to adapt to our new normal. While some of us are here for the last time together, I want to say thank you to teachers and staff for adapting to e-learning just as fast as we did. Thank you for making your 8th grade year remarkable despite the odds. Thank you, families, for staying with us through our entire journey through grade school. Thank you, fellow graduates, for making my whole 8 years at Catalyst something to remember. So to the Catalyst Mirror 8th grade class of 2020, it has been an honor to be alongside you this academic school year. Again, I thank you.
Good evening to all staff, families, and my fellow graduates. My name is Caitlin Reyes, and I am honored and thrilled to share this amazing moment with each of you. Times are currently strange and unfair to everyone. Unfortunately, we were not given the opportunity to spend these last few months together before we all split ways. There were many events we looked forward to together: our New York excursion, our luncheon at Navy Pier, and graduation. Those experiences could have been moments where we, as a team, could have celebrated how far we've come and all that we've accomplished. Many of us were looking forward to New York. Before this unwanted vacation, we had begun discussing who we would share a room with. My friends and I knew immediately that we were going together. We were so excited about different activities that we could do while in the Big Apple. It would have been the first time that many of us have traveled across the United States without our families. We were also planning on going to some interesting places like the American Dream Mall. Our luncheon would have been a moment where we could all come together and have fun. This would have been a new experience for our teachers as well, as this would be the first time that Catalyst Maria's 8th graders would have their luncheon held on a boat. Finally, for our in-person graduation, I can imagine the joy that would be irradiating from every scholar, relative, and teacher. I look forward to hearing the loud cheers as my peers walked across the stage, people doing silly dances or gestures as their names were called out, and throwing caps in the air, symbolizing our official end to 8th grade. I can picture each event the way I wanted it to turn out, and I'm saddened that it could not work out the way I'd hoped. Yet I stand here grateful. This turn of events did not stop us. Thankfully, we are still able to celebrate in a new way. Even though we are not in the presence of one another physically, we can still support and congratulate each other for our remarkable progress. We have experienced many challenging times this year. For a while, unfortunately, we did not have a steady math teacher, going months before Miss Howard stepped up to the challenge. This year, many of us also ventured out to view high schools and take the selective enrollment test. Through the Scholar Leadership Program, many of us had other responsibilities that often extended our school day and our workload. However, those challenges were nothing compared to what we are experiencing. We are currently survivors of a global pandemic. Still, I know that we can push past this, similar to how we overcame those other obstacles, which was with positivity and support for one another. While we were in school, each day began with a positive quote. We had fun with friends and teachers. I remember when I first came to Catalyst Maria. I was in 3rd grade and every day was filled with excitement. However, each year somehow managed to get even better. We all began discovering who our friends were, and thanks to them, our days were filled with so much joy. Even though our schedules separated us in the past school year, our bonds were never broken. A lot of us still stayed in contact even during the quarantine. Our teachers have also continued to stay positive and supportive during these challenging times. They all took the time to construct a learning plan that many of us followed. They even held online meetings to explain the work and just to have fun. The meetings were very interesting, even though some of them started extremely early. Every Wednesday and Friday, a few of us will join office hours, hosted by Ms. Barrios and Ms. Harrelson. Other teachers would join as well. Each day, my Sean, Drew, and I would join the teachers and have fun chatting with each other. We'd play Kahoots sometimes, Scribblio, and even an online version of Uno. Those days were meaningful. The positive energy and dedication amongst friends and teachers all led up to this moment. Here, we can thank each other. Thanks to our friends for supporting us and making our days worthwhile. Thank you to our teachers for helping us and getting us through our time here at Catalyst. And most importantly, thank you to our families for being there our entire lives, helping us, raising us, and shaping us into the citizens that we are today. Thank you, everyone, for making this the best 8th grade year possible.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who may not be aware, our school is rooted in a tradition started hundreds of years ago by Jean-Baptiste de La Salle. He believed, as we believed, that nourishing the needs of the entire child is extremely important. Given the circumstances today, it should be completely evident that in addition to teaching our scholars reading, math, science, writing, etc., teaching them and helping guide them to being good people and upstanding citizens is of the utmost importance. Each year, we honor an 8th grader with the De La Salle Award, which we consider to be the highest honor that we can bestow upon any scholar. The award reads as such: the De La Salle Award for Scholars is a distinguished award presented to a scholar who has demonstrated extraordinary leadership for the benefit of the school and community, as well as service to those most in need. This Catalyst student exemplifies the values of justice, peace, community, and has a profound reverence for all of creation. That's a lot to take in. We have so many amazing scholars in this building, so many scholars that do great things, and so many scholars that will continue to do great things. But one scholar stands above all, and this year we are happy to award Eden Ruby Faccio with this award. Eden Ruby, thank you for all that you do, all that you have done, all that you have brought to our school community. We look forward to seeing what you will do in the future. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pastor Love, and I want to take this moment to congratulate the 2020 class. Students, you did it. I am so proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. We also want to thank the parents and the adults who supported you. We also want to thank your teachers and staff members at Catalyst who helped you to arrive at this point. I want you to know that although this is a great accomplishment, it's just the beginning. There are still many obstacles and challenges that are in your future. But don't worry. Just as you overcame everything to get to this point, you too can overcome whatever obstacles are in your tomorrow. You know, many of you have great plans for your life, and God has great plans for your life. But you will face opposition. And I want you to overcome whatever opposition may come your way. You know, there are 3 types of opposition that we face. The first type of opposition is the internal opposition, the attitudes, opinions that are on the inside of us that discourage us. You know, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. And I don't want you to allow yourself to get in the way of your own success. The second opposition that you will face is external opposition, insurmountable circumstances and situations that you will face. But don't worry, with hard work and patience, you can overcome them. The last opposition that you will face is the opposition of people. Sometimes people enter into our life and they don't have our best interests at heart. And in high school, there will be people that you will have to choose to disassociate yourself with if you're going to be successful. Sometimes they don't always appear mean or nasty. They may even come off as kind or as a friend. But if they have an agenda that is in opposition to your success, I want you to make the hard decision of separating yourself from those people so that you can continue on a path towards success. Students, be proud of yourselves. You can do it. I'm praying for you. I love you. And I look forward to all of the great things that you will accomplish in life to come. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Nayeli Abarca. Camelia Abusita. Alondra Afpakaha. Hector Alvarez Sarabia, Genesis Alvarez Toribio, Yaritzel Carrillo, Bianca Catalan, Nathan Seha, Maishan Charleston, Zabria Clemens, Diego Colin Garfias, Infinity Curtis, Caleb Curtis, D'Antoine Dantzler, Jalen Darby, Rodrigo Espinal, Carlos Esquivel Casadero, Eden Ruby Facio, Druin Berman, Jaslyn Flores, Jose Gonzalez, D'Angela Green, Brian Guajardo, Claudius Hardrick, Jeremiah Harris, Talitha Jackson, Roosevelt Jones VI, Jalen Leone, Alejandra Lozano Islas, Ellen Maganda, Gerardo Marquez, Amarius Martin, Valeria Martinez, Veronica Martinez, Ariana McMiller. Jada McNeil. Jessica Mendez. Ruth Moreno. Stephanie Munoz. Yarin Navarez. Jacqueline Perez Castillo. Anaya Ho. Kevin Puente. Bria Ramsamuj. Alexa Reyes. Caitlin Reyes. Jesus Rivera Esparza. Brandon Rodriguez. Isaac Rodriguez. Gael Rubio Perez. Citlali Ruiz Escalera. Sebastian Cerna. Giovanni Solano. Jose Solis. Angelina Tollison. Gina Baye. Jasmine Vasquez. Xavier Vega. Demario Walker. Taylor Weaver. Yvonne Woods. Tania Woods Caffey.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's virtual ceremony. I obviously wish that we could be together in person, but I'm glad that we have this opportunity to get together virtually and celebrate the class of 2020. I just wanted to provide you with a few reminders about logistics for tomorrow's diploma pickup. Please be advised of the following. Only one car per family is permitted. This will be strictly enforced. We are under very strict regulations from the city and from CPS, and in order to even have this event, we had to ensure that only one car per family would be permitted. Please make sure that you have the seminar card that you received visible in your front dashboard so that we know that you are arriving at the time that you are supposed to. We will not be allowing any scholars from seminars outside of the scheduled time to come into the lot until it is their time. Once you enter the parking lot, you'll be directed where you need to go. Once it is your turn, you will pull up. The scholar will exit the vehicle by themselves. They will take a picture and get their diploma and any awards that they may have received. They'll get back in the car, and then you are free to exit. Again, please be mindful of these things. The schedule is 10 o'clock to 10:45 for Ms. Barrios' seminar, 11 to 11:45 for Ms. Howard's seminar, and 12 to 12:45 for Mr. Lombard's seminar. Please do your best to arrive within that time. We ask that you not come early and try not to come late. We look forward to seeing each of you all in person tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to celebrate our incredible 8th graders with us tonight. I just want to take a second to thank all of our families for supporting our scholars and your children to success, for helping us prepare them for high school, and for entrusting Catalyst Maria with your most prized possession. A special thank you to all of our 8th grade teachers. You each have dedicated the past 10 months to further developing our 8th grade scholars, not only academically, but emotionally as well, and they are better and ready for high school because of you. 8th grade scholars. I know that the last 12 weeks were not how you imagined ending your 8th grade year. You have missed a lot of activities that you looked forward to for 3 years. None of us could have imagined the hardships our country is facing now, and I'm sorry how it has impacted you and your families. But we are here celebrating you, your accomplishments, your strength to finish your middle school career through your disappointments, and the growth you have demonstrated since you joined the Catalyst family. As you move into the last 4 years of your K-12 education, remember, be yourself. Get more involved in the things you love. Don't be a bully. Never be afraid to stand up for yourself or someone that needs you. Have more school pride. It's okay to only have a few close friends. Don't let drama control your life. See your friends as much as you can. Don't regret a single moment. We are so proud of each of you. For those of you returning to Catalyst, we are excited to watch you continue to develop into amazing young women and men. For those of you who are venturing onto a new school, good luck. Don't forget your Catalyst family is always here for you. Always remember, what feels like the end is often the beginning. We hope to see you all tomorrow at graduation so we can continue to celebrate you.